and I'm going to send it to you right now on your email. So if you don't want to join on the live call, where you can remain anonymous, if you go to YouTube, you'll get a YouTube link, and hopefully everybody is confirming in their email, because you need to confirm for me to be able to send you emails. It's part of the spam rules. Okay, and let me turn this part down. Okay, so there's that. So hang out for just a moment. Let's just go get this on everybody's email. Okay, so this is going out to your email right now, and you can go look for it. Yeah, this is looking good. Okay. We've got plenty of time, so this is good. Everybody has a little chance to go get on. Okay, there we go. So if you want to go to YouTube, you can get it on YouTube. But if you're okay with having your initials or however you entered your information into Zoom, then you can just stay on Zoom if you're hearing me right now, and we're on. Okay, so that's sending to your email if you need the YouTube link. Let me just go ahead and, there's already somebody chatting in. Let's see. Welcome back. Hi, Istvan. Yes, welcome. So if everybody wants to go down below in the chat room, click on that, and then click on the little blue button at the bottom, and then you can click on all panelists and attendees, and then everybody can see you. So I'm going to just type in, hi there, everyone. Welcome. So if you want to just say where you're from, it's always fun to see where people are from. And I'm going to just see who all's on. And later we'll be opening it up and you can raise your hand. I see Herbie's on, great. So he found it. Yeah, and then you can raise your hand and we can work on a few people. Okay, and howdy, Cassie, good to see you could make it to this time. Jen, Jenny, Joe, cool. Okay, all right. So if you were on for the little 30-minute one beforehand, you know what we're up to. We're going to be doing a thing to where I can show you what I found. Actually, which is basically how to get to the the bliss state, which I've had a really interesting time where I had some stuff happen that was kind of like disturbing this last couple of weeks, and even so, I was still in a bliss state, which is kind of unusual for me. My my father-in-law, when we were going through some really hard times, he used to say, "I just want you to be happy, Ralph," and I was like, yeah, I know, yeah, right, but get me some money. Or show me how to be successful, or get me into a house, because we were sleeping outside and for a year, and all sorts of stuff just seemed to be like attacking us. And so so I wish he could see, I'm sure he can see me from where he is now, but he didn't get to see me get to the happy part. So that's a too bad thing. But anyway, so welcome. So here we go. So let's get right to it. So, I love testing real things. So if you weren't on the 30-minute one beforehand, you can test your neck, test your shoulders, check your back, walk around, see how you feel. And awesome, Downey, California, Pittsburgh, Transylvania, Napa, Seattle. Awesome. Test something physical, because with matrix energetics, with this work, what I noticed, what I was taught, and then what I noticed and what I saw to be true was somebody's shoulder can get better, somebody's neck can get better, somebody's back might be better, somebody might walk around differently, they might have more energy, something can be different in the physical world, and it can be pretty instantaneous. And then what's cool is that other stuff could have changed in that same instant. Like I've seen people reconnect with family members that live states away. I saw people have other family members that weren't present and weren't even thought of when we were doing a session, and they got better. I've seen people's finances improve when we weren't working on the finances. So a lot of stuff can change. And the funny thing is, you might not notice it, or you might not attribute it to a session, because, you know, it's like, well, we were doing this thing and my neck got better, or I just felt a little looser or lighter. How could it possibly be the thing that caused me to get more money? But I've seen it. One case, the most spectacular one, was a woman. We were working with her with some of her issues and some of her husband's business, but mostly with her. And they saved their company, and $240 million came in, and they didn't lose their technology rights to China, and all sorts of stuff happened. And they were just weeks away from having to shut down. So, and we were working with her for chronic autoimmune and chronic health conditions. So when you notice something that's different for your neck or your shoulder or your back, you might just keep your eyes open over the next few days and weeks and just notice what else is different. And then whenever you see it, whether you attribute it to a session or not, you might want to just take a moment and go, oh, cool, that's a miracle. That's a miracle. That's a miracle. Just to acknowledge it. You might even put a thank you in there. Like, wow, thank you for that. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, that person never treats me like that. Thank you for that. And it's like putting some gratitude and a thank you for a miracle is really cool. They seem to show up more when you do that. So you might want to test things now. Okay. Does that sound good? Okay. So are we ready? So here we go. So what you can do, let's start with this just to kind of steer everybody to what you truly want. So whether you're 20 or 30 years old, or even younger, or if you have a child that's needing some help, or you have or you're 80, 90 years old, or 100 something years old, wherever you are, what you might want to do is just go, if you had everything just like you wanted, what would you want? And just make a mental note of that. Like, okay, everything, let's go. The money, the health, the relationships, the life, my work, my home. Yeah. And if you had that exactly how you want it, is there anything else that you would want? Like, what else would you want, having all that? Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you had all that just the way you wanted, what would be the best part of having that life? And what would it feel like? Like, what would be the feeling you'd have? You know, would it be happiness? Would it be a feeling of peace, safe, secure, relaxed, no longer concerned about stuff? You can start to play. What would it feel like? And what might you be doing living like this, like this? Okay. So some of you might already notice a feeling, a state of being, something happening inside. And so one of my teachers told me this thing: love plus joy minus a reason, minus cause, equals bliss. Another teacher many years ago told me bliss is not the goal, but it's a prerequisite to manifestation, to reality creation. I think it's kind of a good goal myself, but that's what he said. But they were both talking about, the state of bliss is a way to create things. when you're in a state of bliss, magic happens. And you have some command over the universe, and your incantations work for you. So we're going to go straight to it, huh? So what you can do is, and if you, okay, we'll just start like this. Think of, and if anybody has any questions or comments or need anything, go to the chat room for right now before we open up the lines and just type it in. I've got it pulled up so I can see it. What you can do, if you have somebody that, that you totally unconditionally love. Now, of course, if you have a little baby, that's really easy because you just pick up a little baby and it's like, oh, that is love. You feel it. It's something in you. And they actually have a coating on their skin, some kind of chemical that releases OxyContin type stuff, really bliss chemicals in people's bodies when they touch babies. It's a useful trait to have as a baby because then people want to be really good and help babies and hold them and nurture them. So babies are a really good thing. Or if you have a child when you were, you know, you can remember back to your child that you've had years ago, maybe your child's grown, but you can think of when your child was really young and just like that bliss feeling of picking up that little baby. And if you have a niece or a nephew, maybe you have a reference for that. And if you don't have a reference for that, is there someone in your life that really you have unconditional love for? Like, you know, they're everything you could do. They're like, you just love them. No matter what they do or who they become or whatever's up for them, you just love them. And if you have something like that, someone like that, then just think of that, what it's like, what it feels like, that unconditional love. So, you know, it has a certain feeling, right? That's it. And just be there with it. Just hang out as this deepens and widens and goes big for you. Just notice what that's like. Either holding that little baby or that person you love unconditionally. It has a certain feeling, you know? So just stay with it, notice it, enjoy it. That's it. You're doing great. You could even think to yourself, unconditional love. Because of course they, you know, they can't use up enough of their love that it runs out. It's not a run out kind of thing. And so you can also access unconditional love for them. And there's no, you know, it's not like it's going to run out. You have an infinite supply. Some would say there's nothing but unconditional love. But that's like, how do you deal with all the bad stuff that happens if that's, you know, that's just a nice word or phrase, if that's not an experience. So for right now, you can just notice what it feels like to have this unconditional love person with you. And there's a big power in our group. I'll give you a secret of what I use and what I'm using right now and what you'll be able to use in a little bit by the end of the hour. And for now, just feel that unconditional love. It's, you know, they say there's nothing faster than the speed of light. I think this is faster. That's it. That's it. If there was nothing to do, nowhere to be, nothing you had to be, and you were just here to notice that. Yeah, that's it. Okay. And now, when you think of that unconditional love and you feel it, it's a feeling, right? Scan your body from head to toe, head to fingers, inside your skin and inward. For a moment, you don't need to think about what you see or what you think or what you hear. But for a moment, you might just think, what is it that's actually happening in your body right now? Like, you have this unconditional love feeling, and we feel with our bodies. So you could get curious and go, what is happening in there? So just spend a moment exploring, noticing, hanging out. You don't have to have words for what's happening, but use your attention to notice whatever it is that's happening. And if you have a hard time with this, it's like, I don't know, Ralph, I don't know what's happening. It's like, I'm sitting here in this chair. Without needing to feel like what you think love might feel like, or what you, if other people seem to be having an experience and you're like, I don't know, I'm sitting here on this couch and I don't know, it's like, I guess something's happening. Just without needing it, if you didn't need to know what it was, or if you didn't need to feel anything, or if you were to feel, what might you be feeling anyway? Like, you've got a body, it's got nerve endings. What is it feeling in there? Okay, and if you're feeling some pain, we'll talk about that. Yeah. So that's an interesting concept. Like, you're feeling this unconditional love, and that's what you're pointing your direction to, yet you might be feeling some pain. So for right now, this is a really cool, for right now, what you can do, if you're feeling a pain, is notice that pain. It's a physical sensation. And you could ask yourself, are you okay with feeling it for right now? And if you're okay with feeling whatever that is as a sensation, then just keep your attention on whatever that sensation is, just for a moment, even if it's pain. So some of you might be feeling a bliss feeling. Others might be feeling a pain. Some of you might be feeling a bliss feeling in part of your body, a love feeling, an unconditional love feeling. Some of you might be feeling an unconditional love feeling in part of your body and a pain in another part of your body. For right now, you could pick either one, the love feeling or the pain feeling. But whichever one you pick, just keep your attention on it. And if your mind wanders, that's okay. You don't need to try to stop it. Just gently bring part of your attention back to what's happening right now. Great, okay, feeling it. So just feel whatever it is. So without any need for it to feel good or for worry if it feels bad, without any judgments on it, what it is, or whether it's good or bad, just feel your body for a moment. That's it. It's something we don't tend to do. And we're wired, of course, in a way to avoid pain and to seek pleasure. So if feeling your body means you're going to feel pain, well, of course, that's not a thing we tend to be wired for. We tend to be wired to suppress it, to repress it, to avoid it, to do anything to not feel it. But the thing is, if you do feel whatever's going on in your body, there's something really magical that happens when your attention notices it, whatever's happening in your body, good or bad or indifferent. Whatever's happening, if your attention notices it, something happens. And whatever it is runs its course. It runs itself out. So that all that's left is what possibly is already there, which is unconditional love. It's just that it appears to be pain. But if you notice whatever it is, it'll transmute into what it actually is. Love. And one way to start to access it is to notice someone you unconditionally love. And I feel it. So I think you guys are feeling it, right? Feeling something, and just notice it. Just be with it. Awesome. And now think of something that just brings you great joy. It can be a vacation spot. It can be a walk along a bay. It can be a good cup of coffee or a good glass of wine or a cigar or a bike ride or shoe shopping or reading a book in your favorite cafe or Saturday morning day off. But something that just brings you great joy, kind of as close as you can get to you're about to run downstairs. No, well, I'm not going to give you that one. Can I give you that one? Yeah. Run downstairs on Christmas morning or your birthday and get presents. Now, if you have a bad reference for Christmas or birthdays, bad stuff happened or something, then that might not be a good one. But if you have a happy memory, that super happy, excited to get up in the morning and go play, what brings you great joy? And then whatever that is a certain feeling, right? So what you can do, here's the magic words, abracadabra. No, thank you. No, thank you is a magic word. Abracadabra is a magic word. The magic word is what's happening in your body right now. So as you feel joy of doing what you love doing, then get curious and go, what's happening in my body right now? Where is that feeling? And just like before, you might feel a joy place, it might have a certain feeling. You might feel pain, and you can choose which one to feel right now. Either one will work to shift you big. Just keep your attention on what you're feeling. The joy. If you do have a pain that just keeps your attention, just feel that for a moment if you're okay with feeling it. But hopefully you're feeling the joy of your favorite thing to do. And you can think of the joy of your favorite place. If there's a certain place that's just like, all-time favorite place. Could be on a sailboat in the Mediterranean. It could be at a pub with your friends. It could be walking along a bay, walking in a forest, sitting at a certain bench. Some place that just brings you great joy. So if you had a certain thing that's happened in the past, it's like, that was just the best place. Go in your attention and your awareness to be in there. That's it. It's nothing to do, nowhere to be. You can just relax. There's nothing to do. And then go ahead and think of the person you love unconditionally, or your unconditional love reference person. And think of the place you just love being, the joy place, the place that brings you great joy, and the activity that brings you great joy. It's okay if you have thoughts come in about what problem you're dealing with, skin stuff, jaw stuff, neck stuff, money stuff, people hurting you stuff, all that stuff. It's okay to let yourself think that too. So if it comes, you don't want to fight it. You just want to notice it, but then bring your attention back gently to what's happening in your body, that love, joy, joy of being somewhere, joy of doing something, unconditional love of somebody. And then get real curious, where is that in your body? So with Matrix Energetics, they taught us, first we were just in this state. So in the state you're in right now. And then they told us, go to your joy place. Something that brings you great joy to do, like shoe shopping or running or sitting on a bench or whatever it is that's your thing. And that was it. And by being in that state with hundreds of people, then we did stuff. So then we checked how somebody's neck moved, how somebody's shoulder moved, how they walked around, what they noticed. And we then rechecked it after just being in this joy place while everybody in the room was in this joy place. So that when we rechecked it, things were different: shoulders, necks, backs. And then I got to go to the clinic, my clinic in San Diego, with 5 therapists who all took the same classes. And we tested people and then played in this place of joy and then retested people, and conditions went away. People's lives got better. They came back telling us all sorts of other stuff was better. And we're like, wow. I told my office manager after a 30-second session in between clients, I said, what did you notice? And she said, you just took all the sorrow out of my heart. And I'm like, what? I didn't do anything except go to this joy place and get out of the way. And I saw a lot of other stuff like that. Like, how come my prayers aren't answered? From one person that had a short interaction. So if you didn't test anything before and after, you might not notice just how powerful you are right now. But if you were to test something like your neck, your back, your shoulders, how you walk, how your friends are, how your family is, how your family treats you, if you were to test it and keep your eyes open and notice what's different, you might just notice how powerful you actually already are. Just by being you, just by being you, this joy, bliss state. Yeah, so what I found recently was not just activating this space of joy and then letting go and retesting people, but activating by noticing it, by putting your attention on this unconditional love feeling. You have a reference for that: a baby, your baby, your spouse or significant other, but unconditional love feeling. You can have references for that, and something that brings you great joy, and some place that brings you great joy. And then the extra piece that I found was then now go ahead and look inside your body, because it's a feeling. It's already there. It's always been there. It's you. So just getting curious of where is that feeling and what's it doing? Is it moving? Is it pulsing? Is it expanding? Is it collapsing? Is it breathing? What is that? Not by trying to come up with a what is it in like explaining it, just like experiencing it. What is that? Just be with it. Give it space to be whatever it is. You don't need to try to change it. That's it. When Eckhart Tolle, in his New Earth, he talked about when this happened to him, he sat on a park bench for like a year or something, because he was in such a state of bliss, he didn't have anything to do. But then he wrote a book. I think he wrote it between San Diego and Vancouver, actually. So then in this state, you do get to do stuff too. So you might think about your incantations. We're going to install all the rule sets that are actually useful for you. And first, we're going to uninstall all the ones that are no longer serving you. And how did we do that? We thought that. Because when you're in this state, when you're always in this state, but you don't know it, from what I've possibly, who knows, right? But from this state, then you can change a rule set by saying, hey, you know what, that one's no longer serving me, that one's done. But even if you don't know all the rule sets that aren't serving you, just by being in this state, they automatically redirect. It's like a URL redirect for the computer people. And then you can start to play with, and play is a keyword, play on. Useful rule sets. Whatever comes out of your mouth is useful. Magic always happens for you. All parts, pieces, people, skills, talents, ideas magically show up, magically develop you and your businesses. So you can live the way you want to live and do what you want to do, making as much money as you want to have, to play the way you want to play and do what you want to do, and be as healthy as you want to be, to have fun the way you want to have fun. And because it's written, by the time you've asked, it's already answered. You might start it off with, thank you for all parts, pieces, talents, ideas, skills, people, places, things, magically showing up, magically developing you and your businesses, magically developing me and my businesses. You can see it like that. So you can play the way you want to play and live where you want to live and do what you want to do. And then just let go and just go back to noticing that bliss feeling, not like you're trying to activate a bliss feeling, more like you're just going inside and noticing what's happening in your body right now. Okay, now I'm going to do this. So while you guys play there, our group is powerful. We have lots of magic wands at our house and in our yard. Useful to play with kids, I tell you. Okay, so we're going to go everything you want. Go here. Everything you want. Everything you want. Notice in your body what's happening in your body right now, without words, without meaning, without judgment. If you were to let go of all criticisms, concerns, judgment, and worry, and make it a rule set that you were done with all criticisms, judgments, worry, concerns now. And put your attention on what's happening in your body right now. So that later, when you're just walking around, when you least expect it, you'll notice this feeling again in your body. And when you bring your attention to what's happening in your body now, maybe as you're walking around or in a cafe or walking to work or between something at work, and you notice it, you can go, oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. Everything you want. Okay, so now let's just check in. That feels good. Put that there, there. Do this. So go ahead and chat in the comment section of whatever you're noticing. If you can comment, you might just want to stay in the state and not even do anything, but I'd love to hear what you're noticing. Okay, let's see. Pretty heavy and relaxed. Yeah. If you want to type in, let me just see if I can read this. Oh, late, but here I'm on a bus. Awesome, Tom. Awesome, Tom. Oh, Tom, whoa. Dude, okay. Dude. For Tom. Now. Oh, like, but here, oh, it's Tony. That's a Tom, Tony. Put the U and the K just like this. A U and a K just like this. UK. You okay? Yes, I'm fine. Thank you. How are you? For all you Sing fans. Okay, so now let's check in and see. I want to check in with everybody here. Where's the panelists? Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to start with Sarah. She raised her hand, and we'll do a couple of people. At least we have a lot of time. So chat in anything in the chat room of what you're noticing. Peace and gentle joy. Awesome, Darian. Yeah, Vipassana. Yes. Yeah, it's interesting. I got a lot of confirmation that this was a really useful thing. I had seen stuff like this for a long time, of course, right? And I kept passing through it, like, it's too simple, too simple, too simple, too simple. And then this one guy showed me that was a coach that had made a lot of money, and he said it was what shifted all of his core inner beliefs so that he would allow himself to experience abundance, including money, with his business. And so I took notice, and I'm like, it's working for him. He's making a lot of money doing what he loves to do. Let me try it. So I started doing it. And that's when Jen was like, what are you doing? Because all this money was coming our way in the form of clients getting my work, which felt great to get more and more where people were like, yeah, I get this. This is it, man. I've been looking for you. It's like, wow, that felt good. And then and I could get to do more of what I love to do. So I found it from a guy that made a lot of money. But then I had clients and other people telling me, oh, this is an ancient old thing. And all this came from David Hawkins, the Power versus Force guy, and Tom Stone and Raphael Kushner. And then this one guy, Yogi Kai, used it to get rid of his fear of heights. And he's a really cool guy. I consider him an enlightened being. And he told me this is what he used. And he told me, oh, it's Vipassana. And it's the same thing that Cassie told me. And so I looked it up, and it's like, oh my goodness, it looks like the meditation that Buddha used. And so, so I got lots of confirmation that it's really powerful and good to do. And so that was cool. So now I've been doing it as a regular practice, and it's like, wow, it really is powerful. It's so direct. It's just so easy to miss. So yeah, it's really old. It's thousands of years old, and most people don't do it, even the ones that know about it. So I'm just saying, if you want to do it, it's super cool. Okay, so whoever wants to get a session, you can go to the little bottom of the screen and put your sign up. I'm going to go, a lot of people. We're going to go really quickly through everybody because it already feels done. Let's go let me go right to the first person that was up. I should go with, let me go to Sarah. Okay, so Sarah, I'm going to promote you to what's called panelist, and then I'm going to unmute you. And everybody that is on, whether I call on you or not, you're included. So notice what you notice. And a lot of times, many times, people that I aren't even considering, somebody who's on and their friend or their relative gets some sort of cool healing thing. So so let me know what you notice with your friends, but let's check in with Sarah first. Okay, hi Sarah.
Hi.
Good to see you. Good to hear from. I don't see you, but good to hear from you. I'm going to change my earplugs. I like it in this ear because it only works in this one, but I put them both in so they look symmetric, you know? Okay. So what, if something were to be done for you in this moment, what would you like?
Well, I have had this sort of recovering from a long-term hip injury where I don't have very much flexibility and there's a lot of pain in there. Like I can't sit in meditation, for instance, anymore.
What happened? Did something happen, like an accident?
Yeah,
or what?
I had a work injury, and then on top of that, I didn't get it healed right, and then it went on, and then I was in a car. You know, it was like injury on top of injury, and it all had to do with first chakra issues, like not moving forward in what I needed to do.
And did you know what you needed to do? Did you know that, oh, this is me?
Well, you know, I was an artist. And when you're an artist, sometimes what you need to do doesn't feel very open. You know what I mean? It's as far as making a living and being an artist. Didn't feel
so do you mean like what you need to do, like how to make money didn't feel very open?
Yes.
Oh, the actual business part of it didn't feel good.
Didn't.
And so when you think of like what you had, you were not on the right track. Did you come up with some kind of like, oh, this means I'm supposed to do more marketing, or what did it come into?
I had this whole bunch of healing to do. I just had a ton of it, you know, it was like a long process. It's really hard to explain because there's so much layering on it. But,
okay, and if it were to totally be gone, what do you think life might look like? The physical hip thing, and also any of the stuff around the artist business thing.
Well, I'm kind of close to there now, actually, because I kind of have this place to live, which I exchange rent for work. And
oh, so cool.
Yeah, it's coming together in a really good way. And I'm doing psychic and healing work on top of that. So I'm making my living as a psychic teacher and healer, and playing with art, at least getting there.
Oh, make sure you email me, and I'll interview you for my Miracles, Magic, and Coffee show, if you want. When I say that, does it feel scary to be on YouTube?
Maybe.
Does it? Or I'm checking in.
Not too scary. Because I'm really been teaching now, so I feel more open to like being public. There was a long time when it would have been.
Okay, awesome. Okay, you've done some good work. Make sure you email me if you want. I'm going to go right on what's called your cecum. I would have thought it was your sigmoid. Which side is your hip thing on?
Both of them. It's bilateral. There's a lot of scar tissue.
Okay, I'm going to go to the right side.
Yeah, that's the worst side.
Okay, that's the worst part. I'm going to go right there, and it's funny. Usually the sigmoid side is the side that you would feel like a lot of a lot of buildup of junk. And the cecum side, the right side, is more where you feel like the diarrhea part, but it feels like just a bunch of junk. And so I'm gonna just play with this for a moment, and everybody else can just notice whatever you notice to stay inside that space of like what's happening in your body right now, like what's happening in your wallet. Yeah, just gotta everybody just don't try to heal anybody, don't try to do anything. Just stay inside your skin and your attention on what's happening in in you, and noticing bliss and noticing joy. Yeah, because that's the place to help Sarah by not needing to help Sarah, by not yeah. So this stuff here. So one of the rule sets of matrix energetics is, and it's a lot of religions, I think, is by the time I've noticed, it's already done. And so when I say something like, oh, it's your cecum, and it's like a little bit of whatever you would call this martyr-ish type stuff, by the time I say it, even before I say it, by the time I notice it, it's already done. So it's like not to think, oh my goodness, I got to work on that. Yeah, what if it was really as easy as this? Oh, let's turn it inside out and go to, let's see, grief, joy, anger, love. Let's go to love. Put a little love dot right there. Whoa, so we're going to go to all the children movies, and let's go to that one right there, and let's open that one up. So all of it, I love it when it happens like this, because everything seems connected to this one dot right here. And I'm going to see, what do I do with this dot? Let's just turn it like this. And it goes to 11. Is this 11 volume? Is it 11 frequency? Is it 11 o'clock? 11 o'clock, AM, PM, 11 PM, whatever organ system is related to that. Wow. You're not a hang glider or anything, are you?
No.
It's funny. I saw something leave this that looks like a little person. Oh, no. Oh, interesting. It looked like a little person on a hang glider, but as soon as I said little, I was like, oh, and now it's coming back as a really big person. And in your belly. So let's take a little pebble and just let it go, and it falls into your pelvis as if there's a pool of water there. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. 12, frequency 12. So chakras 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 2. 2, T-O-O, T-W-O, T-U, T-U. Let's give you a lot of wisdom. Really, really smarts. Lots of smarts. The kind of smarts that make other people go, wow, how did you know that? Yeah, let's unravel that tongue. So whatever you say is useful right from the base of your tongue, especially the right side, right, that part of your tongue. Open. Okay. And what's happening for you right now? What are you noticing over there?
Well, I did notice a picture that came up when you first said childhood pictures, where I was playing a game where I was injured. It was kind of weird game that kind of went wrong. And
so that's cool, because who knows what just shifted with that, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting how what kind of information can be stored in the connective tissue, in the organs, in the joints, in you, that when noticed, then unravels a whole program. So so this Be Bliss technique, where you go to bliss, by unconditional love and joy of what you love doing, where you love being, and then feeling it in your body, it unravels a whole bunch of stuff, and information can come out. And some of it might make sense and some of it might not make sense. But the cool thing is your body and your being knows how to unravel this thing. And so then with your attention on inside your skin, yeah, all sorts of stuff can happen. So yeah, I noticed some kind of information thing that seems to be connected to some sort of spiral, like a Qigong spiral or like a universe spiral that's outside of the Sikkim now. It feels like lots of information. Move around a little bit, just kind of see how you feel physically.
Well, interestingly enough, I have felt some shifting in my neck. My neck.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What does it feel like? What happened?
Well, I just felt, first I felt my neck crack, and then it shifted again. And I have had sort of like a little bit of an exaggerated hump, which is something I sort of wanted to work on, right? And so I've been playing with how do I get straighten my neck. So that seems to have shifted around. It's a little hard to tell about the hip.
Does the hip just hurt sometimes, or is it hurting right now, or how is it going?
It hurts over, like, especially standing or dancing or moving a lot, and then it really hurts after a few minutes. But if I'm just sitting or moving a little, it doesn't really hurt.
So it'll be a good test later. Yeah.
Yeah.
Email me and let me know. It feels like I don't know. It just feels like something shifted, and the words aren't quite right, but like you know how, like, if somebody, no, it's just such wrong words. It feels like a big shift. So I'll just leave it at that, and let's see.
Draining out of my hip, maybe draining or.
Oh, you feel some draining? Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So one way to support yourself in a physical way, and also mental, emotional, spiritual, there's a simple technique. You can put one hand over the front of your right hip and the other hand on your low back, like this. And then just stay there. Like when you watch a movie, whenever you have 20 minutes without needing to use your hands, you can put your hands in those two spots, and it energetically clears mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical stuff. And so it'll clear anything that's left over for any kind of physical as well as non-physical things that are part of this pattern for you. So okay. yeah, just something, if you want something to do like that. And then what you might want to do is think about being really visible in the ways that you want to do your work, like the art and the psychic healing work. And think about what it might be like to be so out there that everybody knows all of your stuff. And you just you're known all over the place. And then see if that brings up any kind of feeling. And then just let it go. And then go to the Be Bliss thing. And next month I'm going to be doing something to show more of how to use that part. But that when something bad shows up, or when something that pushes one of your buttons shows up. But for right now, you can just think about, what would it be like to be famous as an artist or a psychic healer, or to have this life that I really want. And then just let go and do the unconditional love, joy of where you like being, joy of what you like doing, and then inside your body, what's happening in your body thing.
Okay.
Does that sound feel good?
Yes. Okay,
cool. Do you have any questions about anything, or?
Just really wanting to play with some of I like this bliss technique. It's really interesting.
It's cool. Yeah. Report in, let me know. And really, I'm serious. If you want to chat, we can chat about me interviewing you. It sounds cool.
Sounds like fun.
Okay.
Connect.
All right, Sarah, I'm gonna go ahead and mute you.
All right, thanks.
Oh, you're welcome. And let me just go look here. Attendees. So I want to go to Herbie and go through as much as we can here. So let's go to Herbie. Okay, Mr. Herbie, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Good to hear you, man. So how are you doing over there? How was the last 45 minutes or so going?
All right. Yeah. Just been quite relaxed.
Cool. Do you notice anything you notice so far besides that?
Kind of with the bliss stuff, kind of a lighter feeling in my stomach and chest.
Awesome. Cool. And what's interesting is it might be like, well, some people say, I just feel a little drunk, or I feel a little looser or something. Yeah. And they kind of like, well, that's not much. I had one lady that came to see me because she wanted to be able to run again. She had painful knees. She was a physical therapy physical therapy assistant, I think. And she brought her physical therapy friend, and they were both in my house. We were doing it in my house that time in San Diego. And she wanted to be able to run again. So I did what I did and didn't touch her knees. And afterwards she says, well, I feel a little bit warmer in my back, and I feel looser and kind of drunk or something like that. And I said, so how are your knees? And she goes, well, they don't hurt right now, as if like, well, they're going to hurt again. And so that was that. And then a few weeks go by and I'm like, hey, I wonder how she's doing. So I emailed her and I said, hey, how are you doing? She goes, well, to tell you the truth, Ralph, I didn't really notice much different. And I said, so how's your knees? And she's like, oh yeah, my knees don't hurt. I'm back to running. And I'm like, isn't that what you wanted? And so it was so normal for her to be back to running, but she didn't put it together. So even though you might have just had like a little lightness in your chest and your belly, who knows what's different? So it'll be cool just to keep your eyes open. So I'm just putting it out there like, let's see what's different. So for you right now, if something were to change for you where you would go, wow, I am different. Is there a sign that you have that you could say, yeah, if this could be different right now, that would be cool. Give me some of those kind of things.
I guess it would be a big shift in my health, really, and knowing what's been going on.
Okay, so I don't want that. What I want is something that in 5 minutes, you would know something's different. What could change for you right now?
You
can test something. Like if you go to test something, you can walk around, you can do anything you want.
Okay. Stiff shoulders.
Stiff shoulders. Okay. So test them a little bit, like kind of get a sense of, tell me how do you notice they're stiff? Like, are they stiff just sitting there, or do you have to move them to feel stiff, or how do you feel them?
Yeah, they feel kind of unused and tense, especially coming from the back.
Okay, and so you can feel a tenseness in the upper back and shoulder areas?
Yeah.
Okay, and is one side worse than the other side?
The right side is a bit worse.
Okay, and I mean, let's say 10 out of 10 is so tense, it's like painfully tense. It's like, oh God, it's so tense. It's like cramped up tense. And 0 is no tense, and 1 is just a little tense. Where are you right now?
Probably 6.
A 6, okay. Okay. And does it go all the way from the spine all the way to the shoulder, or how big an area is it?
Mostly the tops of the shoulders coming from the neck.
Oh, from the neck to the tops of the shoulders. Okay, got it. Okay, so let's see what we can do. So let's see. So, and everybody else just stay in your state of bliss if you like. You can go to what brings you joy, what activity or place, and who you have unconditional love for, and just hang out there if you want. And Herbie can just relax. You don't have to do anything. Let's go. Let me see. I'm going to go right here. All of this stuff from, let's see, do I need a number? Yeah, C5, C1, 2, O, C1, C2, C3, C4, C5, C6, C7, nerve root C8, C5, 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8 nerve roots, joints, spinal cord, T1, all those intercostal nerves, T2, T3. Is that it? And then we're going to go deep into this right lung. It's some sort of thing where you had to like put your arms up, either metaphorically or physically, to protect you at 0, 1, 2, 3 years old. Yeah, we're going to take off this barbed wire thing. Oh, wow. It's between your process center to let go of toxicity and beliefs. And it feels, it's just so weird. Merrick Matrix is cool because when it gets weird, it's like, it's cool. It's useful. And what I feel is, what is that all about? So we're going to 2-point between the shirt size of your dad and your shirt size when it's a little too little for you. I don't know why I'm doing that. And I'm going to 2-point. But I'm a American football fan. And so for some reason, I'm getting the Tom Brady playbook. And it's so weird because I don't even like the New England Patriots, but I kind of like them a little bit now for some reason, even though they were caught cheating a few times. I don't know why that's useful, but I'm going to just go right there. Yeah, it feels like more right-sided stuff that went into your vision, into your eye, right over the frontal cortex, right there. And let's just take all that and ATR. Okay, so I'm going to install a program for everybody that is one of my favorite things to do. And so we're going to take multiple copies of you guys, of you all, whether you're watching live or later, and then way to the infinity in, way to the infinity out, multiple copies, and then multiple windows of multiple copies that are self-intelligent, programmed things that are useful for you that know when to open and close. And we're going to activate all of them for you now, all time running. Play on. I put a frequency 15 in there, circulation, hormonal, endocrine, and drop you right in the middle of that. Huh. So funny. I'm getting a visual. So it's so funny. So matrix energetics, just to guys give you a heads up of people that don't know about it, is like when it goes into a weird hallucination, it's really useful. And what I got is Herbie, you know those artichoke hearts? Like you know an artichoke heart, Herbie?
Yep.
And you know how like you peel off layer after layer and it's just like keeps coming and coming?
Yep.
I got you in there. Like, I don't know why I got your head in there. And you have a little smile like you know something. And I don't know what that means, but I feel good about that. Isn't that weird? Whew. Yeah. And so I'm going to check in and notice what are you noticing over there? What's going on for you?
Kind of more warmth in my neck, I suppose. But yeah, kind of strange warmth in my neck.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to just take this. Let's see. How do I want to do this? I got to take this and see what shows up. I don't even know how to spell that. How do you spell suppose?
SUPPOSE.
Okay. I'm going to take away the two S's, the two P's, and now we got a UOE, unidentified extraordinary objective. Okay, so we're going to bring an extraordinary, let's see, whatever I just said. 3, 2, 1, go. God, so weird. When it shows up weird, it's just useful. Okay, if you could have any girlfriend you want, what color would her hair be?
Is that a question for me?
Yes, it's you.
Black.
Black, okay. There you go. As you like. Okay. So now check in and tell me what your shoulders and neck feel like.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe shoulders a little bit looser.
Oh, I gotta do another one. Hang on. I gotta do another one. You're drawing me in here, man. Baby. Okay. So instead of maybe, we're gonna stick in a B. Bam. There we go. Oh, that feels good. And if anybody wants to chat in of what they've noticed since I've been working with Sarah and Herbie, let me know. Chat in. Okay, check in again, Herbie. Tell me what you're noticing over there.
Not much change from before, but still the kind of warmth and maybe a little bit more relaxed back, actually.
Actually, okay. Let me just check in with that. Actually. Okay, we're going to U-A-L-Y. We're going to take out the act, and we're just going to leave in U-A-L-Y. And we're going to put a U-A-L-Y right there for you now. Sigil. Awesome. I used to have a Pilates instructor, the best Pilates instructor ever, Kate Cruz. And whenever I got my core really right, she would go into her opera voice. Whoa. It's just what she did. Okay, check in again and tell me what you're noticing over there.
Yeah, so the warmth is going further down my back.
Awesome.
And still up in the neck as well.
As well. Okay, and now we're going to take an as well. Take Herbie as well now. So we're going to take all the people that now notice you as well. Activate. Yeah, that's cool. And then walk around a little bit, just kind of check in and tell me what you noticed there.
Yeah, I definitely feel more relaxed body-wise.
Awesome. So keep in close contact with me. Email me. Let me know what you notice over the days. Like each day, you can send me a little email and just let me know what's different. And and let's see what happens, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
You're welcome, Herbie. Good to see you, man.
Yep.
Okay.
Too.
Good work. Good work. Okay. Let me just see. I'm gonna go ahead and how do I do this? I'm gonna mute Herbie. Let me check my attendees here. Jenny, really? Let's go through and let's do 3 2 points. So everybody that's on the call now or later, notice how fast something can change. So because one thing that's cool is when you play in this Be Bliss place, this matrix energetic state, and even beyond the bliss thing, and then noticing inside your body what's happening in your body, and get where you notice like, oh, there it is. There it is. That's what's happening. Yeah, there it is. When you do that, you have some really cool things that can happen very, very, very instantaneous. And even before you check, it can be done. And so we're going to do 3 2 points to harmonize every one of you to this so that you can do this too. And next month, we're going to do another version of this, a layer to use when you push up against your stuff, like Sarah with getting her art in the world and her healing work in the world. Whatever you're here to do is like you're selling yourself, not selling yourself out, but you're promoting yourself and you're putting yourself out there. And there's people that might not like it, and there are people that might attack you, and you might attack yourself, and you might not feel right. So any of the stuff that you really want to do, the stuff that then causes you to push into boundaries and push your limits, and then go, we're going to be working on a way to use this technology to clear that stuff out so you can get on and doing what you're here to do. Does that sound good? All right. So look for that next month. And so what we're going to do now that you're harmonized all this, I'm going to go through 3 more people, Kim, Jenny, and Istvan. And we're going to do it fast. Welcome, it didn't go there. Oh, there it is. 2 points. So, okay. And everybody notice what you notice that's different. Okay. So Kimberly, what can I do for you? Or what might be done for you?
Today or in general?
Today and for all time, what you truly want. If something were to change for you that would just make all the difference in your life, I mean, really big, what would that be?
Yes. Okay. Definitely would love to more or less amp up my career and do what I've always wanted to do. I have a great job, don't get me wrong, and it's creative and it's safe, but it's not what I want. So I want to pursue an extraordinary life and career doing what I always have wanted to do, which is create and travel and meet and work with people.
Okay, and let me just go right here to your eyes and your cheekbones, and we're going to go to NCE. And what would be the cool thing that people would get because you worked with them or did what you do?
One of my things is engaging dialogue between women and men, actually, about ourselves.
And what would have changed for them? Because what would be the thing that's like, oh my God, this changed because I work with Kimberly?
They would be kinder to themselves and to each other.
Okay, awesome. So we're going to go, okay, we're going to, yeah, something with your cheeks and your eyes and whatever this is. So we're going to correct for all dental stuff. Wow, it just feels like, I don't know if you've had a lot of dental work, but it just feels like a big bunch of like those white soak up things that they put inside a mouth when somebody has dental stuff. So I'm gonna just take all that, let's just take every bit of it and load it up and take it out of your right side upper part of your mouth area. Let's put it right here. All of this, we're gonna hit the little trash can button. Trash. And then we're gonna empty trash now. It's gonna go to dimension 9, where you don't need it. And after you do all that, then what might you do or be up to, or what, when you have that all in place, then what would be your next thing you think?
Ooh, well, that's a good question. Career, travel, sure, love, right?
Is it? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like romantic love?
And health and energy and having the stamina to do everything that I have in my head that I want to do.
Okay, I like that one. I mean, and the reason I say that is like it brings me a shift. I noticed that. So I'm going to go right to stam in and put the min. Is it? Would you want a man? Is it a relationship?
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm getting stam min stam in stam in I got a whole bunch of cheerleaders for some reason going stam in stam in Yeah, your cheerleaders activate. Awesome. Okay, what are you noticing over there right now?
Definitely feeling like in my temple and brow area some heaviness, and I almost for a minute felt like kind of like a vacuum, kind of sucking things forward, like out of my face.
Yeah, and I see more hormonal things shifting for you, like things related to your body. So let me just like set this frequency here for you. See 15 activate. Yeah, a lot of love frequencies can activate a lot of healing. Yeah. Wow. Okay. And then check in again. Tell me what you're noticing there.
I get little random shivers, and I don't know how to just. Okay, so I have this thing whenever I get Reiki. I call it wub wub, and it's this feeling throughout my body that's like wub 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 wub, and so that's kind of like a.
It's your sign. Yeah, I got my sign too. That this feels really good. Like lots of shifts. Mine are 2 circles that then start to do this. Wow, that feels good. Okay, so can you send me emails and let me know what you noticed today from this thing?
Absolutely.
Awesome, good job, Kimberly. Any questions for me?
Not at the moment. I'm just gonna let things unfold and see what happens.
Okay, awesome. Thanks. I'm gonna mute you here. You're welcome. You're so welcome. Let's see. Let's go to Jenny. I feel like working on everybody that had their hand up. Okay, so Jenny. Okay, Jenny, what can I do for you? Or what can be done for you? Or what, if something were to be done for you by God, if we could have a direct line to God, what would it be for you?
To be aware of that direct line to God by fully embodying my higher self.
And okay, and why do you want that, you think?
When that state comes into my awareness, and it comes and goes, but when I'm in that state, I feel invincible. I have a fabulous sense of humor. My psychic abilities are off the chart. I feel like I can just do anything possible. And
okay, I got it. I totally got it. Okay, so now think of the biggest stage or presence or way that you could do that might be even beyond your comfort level, or maybe it's still in your comfort level. But what's the biggest version of your life that you would be using that, having all those powers or whatever you want to call that, all that access? What's the biggest version of your life that you could at least see? And of course, it'll go bigger from there. But where's like, you know, what is like this would be so cool. Something that would give you the biggest charge, just like, oh my God, this is like the best thing ever, like sex or something. Sex when it's like on vacation in your favorite spot with lots of money. Oh, there you go. Let's integrate that. It feels like it's just a little off. Off, I mean, just like, let's see. So frequency 8, integrate, and let's see how it integrates. Okay, atomic level 17. I don't even know what that means, but somebody does. Atomic level 17. AL17. AL71. Activate. So what I notice is there's a bunch of stuff we could work on, but there's somebody that knows exactly what you need, and it's right here. So let's just invite, how do we do this? Do we need to do this? It's already there. So anything I need to do, anything Jenny needs to do, anything anybody needs to do, is this done? It's like, am I having too many questions? Okay, cool. Thank you. Oh, interesting. So what I got is, you know how a fly can fly backwards? Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if you try to like swat it, it can go backwards really quick to get out of any. So it's like it's super fast. Everybody else is moving in slow motion, like compared to a fly. So I don't know what that means, but we're gonna just. If Jenny were to fly, how might she do that now? Wow, that feels cool. So it feels like a pool of water, like a swimming pool, and a wave just went through. But then what I noticed is a whole wall of water here that hasn't. I'm just noticing this whole wall of water. So if I knew what to do with this, let me just put my head in the middle of this water and see what's going on. Oh, So what it feels like is a whole new world. Kind of like if you were in land, in land air world, and now you're in water world. And the speed of sound is much faster. So let's get your message out there fast. There we go. So past, present, future right here. And let's activate that. Activate. Awesome. And what are you noticing over there?
I feel an expansion in my field. I could feel the shifts in the field as you were making them. And I got really lightheaded at one point.
Okay, cool. And so we'll get to see what else is different. And so what I see is like this big wall of water, and there's somebody in there. Is it Jenny? Is it you? There's something in there? Let's see. There's Jenny. Where's Jenny? Oh, Jenny's in there too. Okay, so Jenny's in there. Anything else I need to do? I think I'm going to I'm going to notice that. I'll leave a copy of me. I feel like noticing a copy of me with my finger right there, feeling that, because there's some really useful information for a lot of us here. Yeah. Awesome. Okay. It feels so big that it feels like I have my magic circle that says it's done, but it feels so big that it's like a big universe thing where it's like it's coming around. I can trust that it's coming, it's around, but it feels really big. One thing we're going to be doing with more of these sessions is, as you're in this state, this be bliss state, this make sure energetics and beyond state, you could play. And when you play, it's for real. And so, and when you play for real, it works really well. So we'll be showing you that. Oh, wow, there's a spider on my ceiling. Okay, so how are you doing over there now?
I feel great, thanks.
Okay, awesome, Jenny. Anything else I can do for you right now? How do you, any questions?
No, just bring on the money and the clients.
Okay. Email me and let me know what's going on. And if there's, let me know. Maybe we can do stuff together even. You never know.
Great, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, awesome. Let me just check in. And Istvan, we're going over, but it's okay. It's good. It's all super good. Yeah, because as we're on, whether you are on live or later, as you're here each month or when you can join each month, then I can work on you individually too. So let's see. So Istvan, unmute. Okay, Istvan, how's everything going?
Hi, Ralph. It's going so and so. Could go better, I think. But I'm grateful. How's it going for the moment?
How's your money? I know you talked before about your business.
Well, unfortunately, still with problems. So you've told us one sentence today, which I remember you told me before, that I am grateful that I can support my family, me and my family, the way I want to. And yeah, that would be a great thing to achieve.
It is, yeah. Yeah, that's a good. I'm gonna get some incantations and put them in the email so everybody can modify them and use as they want. But that's a good one. I have plenty of money to take care of my family the way I want to, and live the way I want, and play the way I want. I'm healthy and strong. I can do anything I want. And then you can do it in the beginning, like, I am so thankful. Thank you for us having plenty of money to take care of our family the way we want, or the way I want. Because if it's already answered by the time you ask, it's cool to just might as well go say thank you. Say thank you for all the money, the plenty of money to take care of my family the way I want. So let's see. So for everybody, let's go to money. M-O-N-E-Y. I'm going to go to your big why of why you want money. I'm going to turn this dial. Okay. So what everybody can do if they want is to think about how much money you would want and what it would do for you. And having all the money you really want, I'm not saying like, oh, I'm going to win the $68 million lotto. I mean, like, how much money per month would make it where you could do anything you really want to do the way you want to do it? And what would that do for you? How would it feel? That's it. And if you could go to the feeling now, what might it feel like? If you already had it, what would it feel like? So thank you for all the parts, pieces, people, skills, talents, ideas, magically showing up, magically fitting together, magically developing you, Istvan, so you could live the way you want to live, doing what you want to do, playing how you want to play. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Istvan. It's given by the time you ask. So let's open up that window. And then we're going to go to you, and I'm going to turn you. Yeah, so you come right to the edge of this and take a look, staying in there or coming out here. Yeah, there you go. Wow, that's powerful. And what's happening over there for you right now, Istvan?
I kind of have the same pain in the back which I had from the beginning of the call, from when we started to have this bliss state.
Oh, so and has it changed throughout the call and now it's back, or is it just the same as it was before, you think?
Well, there were times when it didn't feel so strong, and now it's back.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so put your attention right on that whatever that feeling is.
So my upper back.
Stay with it. Give it space to do whatever it's doing. That's it.
And it feels like it's coming together to a spot.
Okay, and just notice the spot. Notice what that spot feels like, how big it is, what it's doing.
The pressure is bigger on that spot.
Awesome, that's good. Whatever it does is good. It's your body rolling it out. Yeah, it's just Thank God you're rich. Thank God you're rich. Thank God you're rich. So needed. Okay, so what you can do, or tell me what's going on right now.
I have to focus on that spot. It's same pressure.
Okay, so here's what I want you to do. And you're good at all this stuff. You've done so much work. So for the next period of time, as we get off the call, you can keep your attention on that spot. And if it gets better or worse or moves, it's all good. Just stay with it for the next minute or 5 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever it is. Just stay with it for as long as you can or want to. And let's see if it runs itself out now or if it runs itself out over the next day or two. But just keep pulling up your, like, what do you want this money for and what would it do for you? And then when you get your thing that comes up, if there's a pain or something, just kind of keep your attention on it. But for right now, if you do have time, and you do have time, just put your attention on that spot for right now and then let me know. Send me an email.
Sure, no problem.
Tell me what's going on right now.
I can stay with that. It's just the same. It didn't change.
Okay, so here's my extra little piece. Go deep inside with your attention and see if there's a little movement in there, just some teeny movement in that spot.
It's like I would feel a stick, like someone would push me with a stick on my
Okay,
back.
okay. So your assignment is, do you feel like you can stay with it, like stay focused for the next 5, 10, 15 minutes or so?
Sure.
Okay, do it. Okay, awesome. And then email me when you're done and just let me know if it went to 0, like no longer there, or if it's still there. And then if you want, email me over the next day or two of how it's going. But yeah, if you can stay there for 5, 10, 15 minutes, it'll be a perfect thing for the group too, because I'm going to be showing how to go really deep with when you have some angst or some pain or something around what you really want come up, and how it's a real big opportunity to shift a lot of stuff. So perfect for the group. But I think you can have a really big shift right now. Just stay with it and then report in.
Okay.
Okay, are you good? Good for right now?
Yes.
Okay, Istvan. All right, good to see you, man.
Good to see you too. And
okay.
You all guys. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, awesome. And Istvan had a great idea. The Facebook group, we do have a great group. I know a lot of you personally. And what I'd love to see, and I'm guilty of this as much as, I don't post as much as I could in there, but let's use the group. So let's, whenever I see anybody, I'll put this as a thing. Whenever I see anybody post in the group that, hey, I could really use help with this, I will go to this state for you. And if anybody else wants to go to this Be Bliss state, when they see somebody post in there, we've got a powerful group. And just, you see it come up on Facebook. It's like, oh, look, Istvan posted. And then just drop into the bliss state, what you love doing, what you love, where you love being, who you unconditionally love, and then just get out of the way. 5 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute. And then we can all have this power of the group doing great things for us. So that sounds good, right, everybody? Okay.
Definitely.
yeah. Let's use it. Let's do it. All right, Istvan. Good to talk with you, and stay with it for a few minutes, and then let me know.
Sure. I do that.
Okay, thanks. I'm gonna go ahead and mute you. You're welcome. Okay, everybody. Good to see everybody, and I'll see you all in a month. Email me with anything you want, and post in the Facebook group whenever you need a little help too, and we'll get all of us going. So you're welcome, everybody. Bliss, bliss, bliss. Awesome. Much love. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, everybody. Okay. Look for the weekly Friday videos, and also see you all in a month. All right. Bye now.